Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Nancy Drew Dossier resorting to danger. Let's continue. So, where were we? Don't really remember. Can we get a bit of a hint here? We're going to Ivy's League, I suppose. So the Ivy room. We had just solved a puzzle that said that the janitor had a a kind of hate journal of the actress lady, or one of the actress ladies. So we're going to then check on her by going back to her room, which we were in this room before. Interesting, it seems like there's pretty obviously a piece of paper there and there and there, but the lady was not in the room before, and we are pretty much just going in circles at this point. It also looks like there might be a pixely thing here, and another piece of paper there. So it does seem like we're going to go to each location 3 or 4 times, often doing very little. To do find phone and stop losing it, get business cards, detox appointment at 2:30, don't be late. Okay.
Darn, Jasmine changed her password. I need to find her phone again.
Interesting. Plastic procedures at Redondo Resort. None of those look like they are specifically important, but we can see that there is a piece of paper missing here. Someone has got to do something about this. If you've got all that done, I'd end up looking like Eda. Ick. Which I suppose that might be the case, is that we might have a character here that's had so much facial reconstruction surgery that they're not even recognizable.
This is part of Jasmine's business card. If I can find the rest of it, I can call her number and find her phone when it rings.
Okay, so we are just straight up looking for us. Miss Day, Hans, whoever, I can't even read that, Axel Ford, claims that as your personal trainer, he must participate in the preparation of your food, so he knows exactly what you're eating. Unfortunately, the man is such a behemoth. He's like a bull in a china shop. Cooking with his help is well nigh impossible. Therefore, as a professional chef, I take no responsibility for the quality of the presentation of this afternoon snack. Basil Petros. Okay. Interesting. Let's just go ahead and pull that. And do that. And easily miss that. Alright, we're still looking for 2 pieces of paper. And at this level, it is potentially just going to be pixel hunting again.
Jasmine has an emergency kit in here. It's got all sorts of stuff. Tape, batteries, even a sewing kit.
It is weird that we're getting half vocalized lines of dialogue and half not vocalized lines of dialogue. A masseuse table. In the bathroom. And down the drain is a piece of paper that we need something to grab it with. And then if we pull that or lift that, what's the difference between lifting and pulling? Apparently I'm supposed to shake it. So I guess maybe I'm supposed to use the tape with the paper here. Or maybe I'm supposed to pull the tape. Or lift the tape. Nope. I'm supposed to use these cooking tongs with that.
It looks like I have all the pieces for this business card. I just need to make sure they stay together.
So then we use that with the tape. And so we've got now a little jigsaw puzzle, which is fine. Yeah, not super surprised that we would end up doing something like this. Why would she tear up her own business card is the question. These do snap to each other, but they don't snap and lock to each other. And see, at this point, you've already got what you needed to see, so...
There.
Let's see, 213-555-2639. I bet that they don't make me actually do anything with that. I bet you just interact with this and this. Okay, the problem with this is... A, this is not going to flash any lights, plus it's not like you have spatial audio playing in this game, so...
The phone is in her TV cabinet. I need to open it up. Where's that remote control?
You can't just lift it, apparently. So now we're looking for a remote control, which is way out here. Shake that remote. Nope. I guess press the remote would make more sense. Nope. Lift the remote. Oh, put new batteries in the remote. Obviously here, there are lines of dialogue that should be getting mentioned. It would make a lot of sense where I click on the remote and she goes, oh no, the batteries are dead. That way I know what the next thing is to do instead of having to read text. Like, clearly since this game is so straightforward and simplistic and for just little kids, you would expect a lot of little kids not to read. And I know the target audience probably is slightly bigger readers, but I think you still would have a decent percentage of kids that would not read some of these prompts. I'm definitely not reading a lot of these prompts. So audio feedback would definitely be appreciated. Alright.
Jasmine's agent is telling her to play up these threats for publicity. That's pretty sketchy.
And see, this would be stuff that once again is such important clues that it should all be read out loud or voice acted by the other voice actors. This is seriously good news. The public loves when they think a celebrity is in danger. This is just the kind of boost to your career needs, so make sure you keep all the letters. The scarier they are, the better. In fact, if you think you know who they're from, try to provoke him by sending you more. What that all my clients got threatening letters, Simon. Interesting. So maybe the agent Simon's out to get her killed too.
Oh, hello again. Well, I see you fixed whatever was making that awful noise and made my snack. Now I can turn all my attention to reading scripts and deciding which, if any, I'd like to tackle as my next project. I'm not sure whether to thank you or not.
How well do you know the janitor here?
They have a janitor here? What am I saying? Of course they do. But frankly, I don't recall ever seeing him.
Her name's Joanna Brown. She has an interesting collection of...
And see, we have to remember things about the janitor.
She collects rats.
News to me.
I just read that you recently...
Let's see. Started dating an Australian director. Underwent plastic surgery, saw UFO. I didn't remember any of this. Let's go with the plastic surgery one.
I read that you recently underwent plastic surgery.
You should never, ever believe what you read in the Tinseltown rag. I am an actor. I don't need plastic surgery to do my job. Whether the character is beautiful or
Their
plain,
audio gets
I am
clipped
drawn to
again.
the role. I throw my whole being into it. Unfortunately,
There's really no
to
excuse
make
for the
sure I
audio
continue
not to
be
play
offered
perfectly.
decent roles, I must periodically grease the wheels of the Hollywood publicity machine, which is not one of my favorite pastimes. But still, I remain an actor, ever true to my craft.
Speaking of publicity, Eda Brooks, the star of the new Pharaoh movie, is Eda Brooks really your sister?
Just click
Are
on
you
the
serious?
answers.
That shallow, no-talent, self-absorbed little pea-brain who thinks acting is being able to scream in 3 different octaves? You think she's my sister?
Well, you do kind of look and sound like her.
No. She looks and sounds like me. And you know why? Because she spent her whole life copying me, that's why. Out of jealousy. Everybody always liked me best, and she has never learned to just deal
Bit
with
of a
it.
broke.
I mean, any similarity between us is just a coincidence.
Assistant Drew, please report to the reception area.
Sounds like our conversation's over. Ta-ta!
Yeah. Again, no reason why the conversation should be showing the character in the top left and leaving, oh, I would say about 92% of the screen just static.
Cassidy has wandered off somewhere. I need for you to man the phones until he gets back. The construction accidents will have to wait.
Interesting priorities there. Incoming calls will show up here. Click once on a line to answer the call. So we've got yet another mini game. After the call, it'll tell us who they'd like to speak to. Click on the correct area of Redondo's to transfer the call. Note that the caller's request will show up in the words at the top of the screen. Alright.
Transfer me to wherever you guys keep the medical waste? Put me through to your boss, please. I'd like to schedule a manicure.
Like, this is harder than it seems.
This is Frankie's Medical Waste Collection Company. Give me whoever can tell me how much lipo I gotta haul out of there this week.
I'd like to book an aquarium massage.
Like, I'm messing this up
Small
terribly.
animal clinic. Somebody called with a question about one of their rats.
Mr. Helgeson.
That's it, Nancy. You are out of here.
Oh, man. Wow. That, all of a sudden, is just a huge difficulty spike. A, it's not slowing down at all. And B, it's giving me very abstract combinations here. Like, I just have not really been paying enough attention to the layout of the area to know salon. Is that the hair salon or is that the masseuse thing? Let's try this again.
Please put me through to the room where I can schedule an exotic bath.
Is that the ivory room?
Whoever is in charge of spiritual health consultations, please.
Oh, there's a waste room.
Put me through to the room where they store the bio waste.
Alright, waste room. Got one.
The room where they do all the high-tech treatments, please.
Okay. Ivory room.
My hair looks horrible.
Salon.
I'm calling to find out if your sensory deprivation...
Zen room.
My last bill for staying there at the Redondo was outrageous.
Manager.
I would like very much to talk to Nicholas.
Let's see. Have no idea.
That's
R&D
it,
room.
Nancy. You are out of here.
Wow. And is there a way to skip any of this?
Mr. Blesky, and be quick about it. Whoever runs that place, let me... My last bill for staying there at...
Wow,
I'd like to get my hair colored.
They're trying to make it real
I
easy
need
on
to
me this
speak
time.
to Halston. This is Frankie's medical waste.
Let me talk to someone who can give me the specs on your water heater.
Put me through to the room where they do all those new age
Head of research, please. Got some data.
Please put me through to the room where I can schedule an exotic bath. I'm calling to find out if your sensory
I keep going to Zen.
I'd like to schedule a manicure.
I'd like to speak to a therapist specializing in...
That's it, Nancy. You are out of here.
So we're getting closer at 9 out of 20. But this is bad. Really, really bad.
Be a doll and put me through to whomever scheduled.
That one.
I want to set up an appointment to get my face zapped with a laser again.
I mean, who is that though?
I'd like
I guess that's
to schedule
Ivory.
a laser light. I'd like to schedule a manicure. This is Frankie's medical waste.
My last bill for staying there at the...
Mr. Helgeson. I would like very much to talk to.
Whoever
Who's
is in
Nicholas?
charge of spirit...
Put me through to the room where they store the.
I'm calling to find out if your sensory
Hello, I am the aquarium specialist, and I wanted to check.
That's it, Nancy. You are out of here.
This is so stupid. I'm supposed to be investigating bombings. I'm not supposed to be manning the phones. And it's not giving me any help.
Somebody there called me about repairing some stained glass.
The supervisor of the room with all the...
Mr. Helgeson, thank you.
I'd like to schedule a manicure. Let me talk to someone who can dye my hair.
I would like very much to talk to Nicol. Let me speak to
I'm
your
about
head
to
biochemist.
lose
I
again.
must speak to that wonderful.
Hi, I'm with the small animal clinic. Somebody called with a question about one of their rats.
That's it, Nancy. You are out of here.
So the waste room and the furnace room are different. I don't think we've even seen a waste room.
Let me talk to someone who can dye my hair. I'd like to schedule a manicure.
And manicure is Ivory? No.
Put me through to the room where they do all those new age mystical type...
Jungle
Please
rooms.
put me through to the room where I can schedule an...
The exotic baths are the jungle room.
Store the bio waste.
I need to speak to your most famous resident. I'm her feng shui consultant.
I'm with Wizard Window Washing. I need the dimensions of the biggest window.
I would like
I don't
very
know
much
who
to
that would
talk
be.
to Nicola.
The supervisor of the room with all the beautiful foliage.
Put me through to your...
Let me talk to your meditation expert.
Meditation?
Whoever runs that place, let me talk. I'd like to schedule a manicure.
Manicure is the
Mr.
salon.
Please be quick about it. I need to speak to Halston. I'd like to get my hair colored. Hi, I'm with the small animal clinic. Somebody call...
I want to set up an appointment to get my face...
I'd like to schedule a laser... I'd like to speak to a therapist specializing in...
Be a doll and put me through to whomever. I'd like to book an aquarium massage.
That's it, Nancy. You
17
are
of
outta
20 this time. I'm really trying here. I'm not playing this up or anything. This is just having to make a lot of associations that don't make
Put me
sense.
through to your...
It would have
I'm with Wizard Window Washing. I need the
made
dimensions of the biggest window with
a
the
lot more sense if we would
Be a doll and put me through to whomever
worked
schedules hair.
up to
Mr.
this
Helgeson,
point.
Thank you.
I want to set up an appointment to get my face zapped with a laser.
Put me through to Ms. Ivy. I'm her stunt double.
Let me speak to your head biochemist.
I'd like to talk to someone about meditative therapy. Hi, I'm with the small animal clinic.
I'd like to schedule a laser light treatment.
I need a laser treatment.
Transfer me to wherever you guys keep the medical waste. I'd like to schedule a manicure.
Guess that's the salon.
Hair looks horrible.
I need to speak to your most...
Let me talk to someone who can give me the specs on your water heater.
I'd like to schedule a manicure.
I need to talk to someone about scheduling a mud bath. I must speak to that wonderful...
This is Frankie's medical waste collection.
Alright,
Put me through to
we're
the
doing
room
it.
where they store the Bible.
We're making it this time.
Head of research, please. Got some...
But I think the game's going easy on me
I'd
too.
like to speak to a therapist specialist.
Oh, hello. This is Jasmine Ivy's grandmother. I was hoping you could tell me how she's doing after her, what was the name of that operation again?
That
Are you
was
with
awful.
the Tinseltown Tattler?
Shoot!
I just had to hear your voice. Say something. Something exciting.
Ms. Ivy?
Cassidy?
Actually, this is Nancy. Cassidy's not here right now.
Well, where is he?
I don't know.
Who's he with?
I don't know that either.
When will he be back? Never mind.
So Ivy
Just tell Mr. Jones when you
is-
see him that... Never mind that either.
It looks
Ivy's
like there's a waste room in the resort, and I bet it's in the basement. I'll update my map.
yeah, Ivy must be dating. It's interesting, you also have these like muddy footprints on the ground and here, and there's just been no talk about that at
This
all.
is the magazine that was wedged in the bomb in the furnace room. But there's no mailing label to tell me who it belongs to. I wonder
Workers
if it's in the
Unite.
recycling bin.
Down with the rich, smashed estate. This seems very, very old-fashioned, kind of like communist rag. It's like really, really outdated idea. And then time to snoop. For what reason? It would be much more of a game if you could leave at any time and you could wander around. That's what you have in most real point-and-click adventures, is several items in several different places and the ability to it's locked. Interesting. Like, you have the ability to just kind of wander
That
anywhere.
must be what Mr. Mingles was doing around the fountain. If I'm going to dig around there, I'd better turn it off first.
Seems that Mrs. M's mischievous mutt has made off with the keys to all the cabinets in the reception area. As a result, I can neither empty the recycling bin nor get anything out of the supply closet. Just thought you should know, Cassidy. And that's to Nick. Okay, so we need to figure out a way now to turn off the fountain, which you would think it would be somewhere close to the fountain, but it isn't. So press the button, turn off the fountain, look over here, and flip the rocks, or pull the rocks, or turn the rocks. We need some kind of shovel or bucket or something. Game's not making it particularly easy. Let's see. So now I gotta put the pencils somewhere. Pencils in the drawer. Empty pencil holder used as a scoop to move a bunch of rocks. And then we have keys in the drain to use on this, or how can we fish out the keys? It's not as simple as just turning the water back on. And you'd think maybe fish is a hint to that. So harp string. With that, you would need some kind of fishing hook, a paper clip, and a harp string. And then fish out the keys that way. Then use the keys on this.
It belongs to Cassidy.
And who's Cassidy? The assistant? I don't even remember. Once again, it would be so nice if there was just a way to have pictures and names and maybe just, if not pictures, at least descriptions of who the characters are. The problem here is, like, even when playing the game,
well, look at this.
you're going
she
to
mans phones, she diffuses bombs.
forget
Your
the
talents
story
seem to be endless.
completely in favor
Not
of just
really, but
doing
I'm
the
still trying to
puzzles and
figure
the
out a
mini
lot of
games.
stuff. Like, why did I find...
And so, yeah, I've been playing this game so far in several hour bursts over the course of maybe 2 or 3 days, and I can't remember any of the characters. I didn't even remember that this guy was Cassidy when they just mentioned Cassidy. And you will see in other stories, for older people in particular, they would have simply written this better, so it would have been Cassidy the assistant, always mentioning their job.
Why did I find a piece of your magazine wedged in the last bomb?
If you're suggesting that I made that bomb, you're way off base. This is a reception area. Anybody could have ripped a piece of paper out of that magazine.
But this magazine is addressed to you, and I can't help but wonder why you subscribe to a magazine that...
Let's see. Only rich people like to read. Spreads rumors about Hollywood stars. Practically declares war on the wealthy.
Why do you subscribe to a magazine that practically declares war on wealthy people?
I subscribed to that magazine in college when fighting the power and sticking it to the rich was the in thing. I changed my tune the instant I graduated and had to start fending for myself. But thanks to some
Again, the audio
fluke
gets
in
clipped.
some database, they keep sending me those things. I'm too lazy to tell them they're wasting postage. Guess it's kind of my way of sticking it to them.
Where were you just now?
I'm afraid that's personal.
Cassidy, you out there?
Yes, sir, Mr. Blesky.
Well, welcome back. Now sit down so Nancy can go to the jungle room and capture that stupid bubble burping dog once and for all.
On my way.
Man, this is so slow. And they gave me a massive amount of bonus here of points for no good reason. And if anything would sink me from making it all the way to the ultimate private eye, it definitely would be that minigame. Catch Mr. Mingers, roll your cursor over the bubbles to pop them. As soon as the dog is revealed, click on him to grab him. He's a little feisty, so you might have to try a few times before you nab him. Okay.
Let me try. All right, Mr. Mingles. This should do the trick.
There we go. We got him.
You caught him. Good. I'll take him to Mrs.
That's
Montague
a
so you can get back
too
to
simplistic
investigating all
puzzle
the
game.
you-know-whats.
The thing is, Mr. Mingles is burping blue bubbles because he
ate the explosive compound.
Mr. Mingles swallowed an explosive substance that Helfton Helgeson has been working on.
Don't worry, the little mutt didn't poison himself. Everything Helfton creates is 100% non-toxic, organic, and biodegradable.
But it looked like Helfton was being very secretive about this substance. I think he calls it...
See. Daramine?
Say what?
Compound X?
Helfton calls the substance Compound X.
I know all about Compound X. It's this explosive exfoliant. You rub it on, and it literally blows the dead skin cells off your face. Look,
Yeah, there's
if all
kind
you're
of a
coming up with are
lack
dead
of
ends, why don't you
interest
go to
in the
salon
development of
and
this
help out
game
for a while? If nothing
as
else,
far
it's
as
a
the
great place to hear the
characters.
latest gossip.
Like
Will do.
they don't put them front and center. They're not really helping the player remember and interact with characters. If this were a regular point-and-click adventure style game, you'd be able to talk to people whenever you felt like it. and I'd be able to wander around to any area and go and talk to whoever I want to, and there would just be triggers as far as when was the right time to talk to certain people. Right. General assistance, to-do list, give Miss Ames a facial, fix the vacuum. Yeah. So we're back to a facial minigame. Okay. So blue, and then one on the eye, and then green. This is the most ridiculous one by far. Like, whose face has a situation where they need different facial makeup on their face on different one half versus the other anyways? That really doesn't make any sense. These are just getting more and more complicated with each movement. Let's see. Regular nose, which I think pretty much means you have to do this. No, I think you have to do this, then this one, and then this, and this, and this, and then you gotta get rid of this, and then do that. It's so crazy to have a facial minigame like this also, and then have a rat catching and cockroach catching minigame. I mean, you really can't do both. That's just too much. Let's see. And I think there's probably several different ways that you could end up with a match like this. Interesting. In 2 applications of these rosy cheeks give you a different color. Okay. Half a face here, so that you can do blue here. So then we can protect the blue. Then half a face to do green. And then how can we protect the green and do yellow? I think we would have had to have done yellow first and then green. We'll now protect that part. Just do brown.
That should do it.
It's just so weird.
Have
To
you watched the movie Pharaoh yet? Of
almost
course. I went to the premiere.
every room seems to have a unique puzzle for that specific room, and that's where
I mean, how
it
was
seems like their logic
Let's
is
just
coming
say my
from,
husband had a chance to help finance
where
it, and now that he's seen it, he's ecstatic.
it definitely feels like they would have been better off just thinking of good gameplay in the first place. February 10th, 1906. My latest invention is absolutely indisputably brilliant. A built-in electric vacuum cleaner for the dining room. All crumbs and any other dry messes on the floor need simply be swept in the proximity of a vent, and whoosh, they'll be sucked away instantly. To find out the correct code for the vacuum cleaner, keep an eye on the sky and the ground. HB. I feel like there's probably some kind of treasure in the salon, and there's a possibility that the owner of the salon is searching for that treasure to take the money and run before he gets caught embezzling. It isn't crazy for very, very old houses these days to have built-in whole home vacuum systems that would be wired for electricity and have vacuum sucking tubes that would suck up dirt and deposit them in a central location. It's not really an efficient system nowadays, but it made a lot more sense back in the day when a motor would have been loud and big and expensive and take a lot of electricity and perhaps break down. Nowadays, a vacuum cleaner has most vacuum cleaners have fine motors, and they are pretty disposable appliances, whereas I'd say 80-90 years ago, vacuum cleaners were extremely expensive luxuries. But yeah, so the sky and the ground. There's a color combination lock, and here we have that, and so we see that, and on top of that, do we see anything on the ground? What's in here? Trash can, mostly empty. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense if you could interview these characters or at least listen to them. Gossip as hint giving characters. There's 5 things to click on in this level. Tweezers. How can there be 5 more things to click on in this level? Seems like we've hovered over every single pixely thing you could have hovered over. It's really the ground that's getting me more than... It says look to sky and the ground. Those two don't just magically work together. Flattened. Still looking for 3 things. Super glue. Still looking for 2 things. This is what makes it so exhausting, though. It's just like, yeah, you're just not having a high action experience, and thus the idea of pixel hunting. Like I've probably played a few too many point and hit click adventure games lately. Vacuum needs to be fixed first. So we're supposed to use tweezers with the trash can? We've already found 3 things on that table, so wouldn't It'd be crazy to think there was just a fourth. Yeah, unless I'm supposed to use this with this. Or this with this. Merging two implements together doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. There's a long hook for undoing latches. Okay, so do we use that with that?
The skylight must be connected to the vacuum system.
And that unlocked 3 new things. So you need to get rid of this hair. Need to get rid of this hair. Need to get rid of that hair. So all kinds of hairs. And unless you're just supposed to grab it and put it in there, which would be the easiest solution. So in there we've got an item, another item, and another item. Let's see. Are these supposed to work with that? Yes. Alright, blue is supposed to be 796, green is 124, and purple is 538. This is easy enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're not even using green at this point. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here we have a screw. Is that screw supposed to be there? Well, it doesn't seem like there's a way to interact with it. So maybe we're just supposed to use the tweezer with it. Okay. We'll press the button and see if that's fixed everything. How can I make sure the pieces will stay together? I guess you super glue them back together. Then press the button. I don't think that vacuum's quite working yet. There's a screw that needs to be screwed down. Alright, now it's back to working condition, I think. Well, that is not how that would really work.
Afterwards, they put me in the zen
Like,
zone,
you're not gonna
and
make
all the while
such
I
a
was
high
lying there, I
pressure
heard this
zone to
weird
let
ticking
air
sound.
dance across the floor.
Ticking sound. Probably some kind of new sound therapy.
That's why I love this place. They're just so darn innovative.
And they don't
Ticking
even
sound.
bother putting
Oh, I guess I know where I need to
faces
go
on those
next.
characters. So we have this whole waste room, but we're not even going to make it to the waste room. Okay. It probably wouldn't even take that long, so let's just go to the
I'll
Zen
bet that's
zone.
the place the clue refers to.
We haven't been to the garden either at this point. Let's go a little bit further. Yep, we are at the Super Sleuth section and far deep into the process of making it to the Super Sleuth section, which really this just makes me feel like you can't get a certain level up until you've hit a certain chapter. That way you don't have some way in which you can make it all the way to Ultimate Private Eye in the first chapter, and then it just immediately would jump to
I'm
that.
guessing by your tentative
that
entrance that
appearance.
you are the new assistant. I'm Val, the head therapist here in the Zen Zone.
Yeah,
I'm
we
also
haven't been in
elbow
this
deep
room.
in steamed Peruvian peppers at the moment. It's a new relaxation therapy I'm trying out. But you know, since I'm between clients, and as long as I'm sitting here anyway, why don't you come over here and give me the new facials I'm developing? That way I can judge their effectiveness for myself.
Well, sure.
Seriously? So they gave us a facial like just 2 chapters ago. Like, we did facials, then we went to the salon, and now we're back to facials. This time it is slightly fewer in that you're only doing 4 of them. But yeah, I thought we were going to just run into a bomb and immediately solve the bomb, since we've done that in a couple of the previous chapters. But since we aren't going to do that, I think this is as good a place as any to in this episode. Yep. Honestly, I'm getting down to the point where I'm not sure I even want to bother to play the 3rd Nancy Drew Dossier game at all. I think I already own it, but these are just so linear, so grindy, so boring. I love Lego games, just to throw that out. So there are good kids games out there, but this doesn't work well as a kids game, particularly with the difficulty spike on that manning the phone mini game. It doesn't work well as a mystery game because there's not really any opportunity to try and guess who's done it. They are just going to tell you who the bad guy is, and there is a decent chance that, and I think this was the case in the previous Nancy Drew Dossier game, that there's a decent chance that the bad guy is someone we have never met and never heard the name mentioned, and it is just going to be a bad guy. And so you're just being strung along on a boring, slow teacup ride, as it were, with this game, doing repetitive, boring mini games, which, heck, if this was a free Flash website game back in the day, that would be fine to kill a couple hours, but to sell it on Steam, it's just not there in quality. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.